Kyrgyzstan, Dojian.
All right, guys, here we are on the map Shakuris Plateau, and in the green, I almost said yellow because I was looking up at the top of the screen, then looking at the middle, but in the green, we're going to start out with our mouz player. It is mouz.MaNa trying to win it for his team. If he doesn't win this one, it is over because oGs.VINES has been playing great. He's in the yellow, he's playing Protoss, trying to get the final win for his team. It is, again, oGs.VINES.
We have MaNa versus VINES now, and yeah, VINES has been playing pretty well. Crafty as well, opening up with that Nexus first into a +1 Void Ray Zealot build, which was really well executed. And, you know, we're going to see how he handles PvP against this guy here, because MaNa is certainly no slouch.
Yeah, well, PvP is such a cool matchup right now. I mean, I'm one of those weird people that have always liked all the mirror matchups. I liked PvP even back when it was always 4-gate versus 4-gate, because just seeing the micro of the players. I know, I liked seeing the micro of the players. It was cool, but I like PvP more now that we have more variety, of course. But
oh, yeah.
It's still neat. So, speaking of the variety, the PvP last night in the GSL was pretty cool, too.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially, you know, Genius dispatching of MC. Ridiculous.
I did not expect that, but, you know, we'll see. I wonder what effect it's going to have on MC. Well, we don't know. I'm just happy Genius is winning again. He's been one of my favorite Protoss for a long, long, long time.
I'm just glad he's in resurgence mode right now. I'm glad he's kind of in the headlines, and we'll see how he does against his teammate Dongregu in the semifinals.
Whoa, did you see that? They like moved before they got to each other. Usually the workers like bump into each other and then turn. But not the probes, man. They're manufactured too smart. Field. Yeah, well, the Protoss are so advanced, they've learned technology that makes their workers not run into each other.
You'd think they'd be advanced enough not to fight against each other on a battlefield right now, but...
Dude, it's just fun.
That's entertaining.
You could be an advanced civilization and still fight.
I have a new theory. We always wonder why there are so many Dark Templar that, you know, because obviously Stalkers are Dark Templar that have died and they've come back.
Right.
And we wonder where they come from. I speculate the Protoss farm them from fighting each other.
Could be. There's not a lot of DTs in PvP, though. I mean,
no,
we saw that today, but generally there's not too many of them. I don't know, and the idea of like a DT fight to the death arena match thing that the Protoss have on their homeworld sounds like it's probably not happening, because basically you just have a bunch of spectators looking into what appears to be an empty arena. It wouldn't be a very good spectator event watching DTs fight each other.
No, not at all, but maybe the Protoss spectator... No, I'm just speculating.
Was that a gas steal?
No, it wasn't, actually. That was just a legitimate second gas for actually both players.
Those guys second gassing?
Yes. VINES is second gassing as well. And taking a look around, nothing else much to differentiate the two builds. Right now, of course, we saw when VINES started his run, he came in against Hasuabs, and we saw him go after a 3-gate Blink Stalker build, and was able to prevail in kind of a crazy PvP there.
Yep, and neither of them skipping the Zealot either, just going right for the Zealot and the Stalker. Ooh, fast second gate from MaNa, so he's going to be going to at least 2 gates, possibly 3. We'll have to see 3-gate expand, you know, again, is very popular. We saw it last game. We saw a 3-gate robo version of that, and there's a 3rd gate for MaNa.
MaNa does love his Blink Stalkers as well. He's very, very good with Blink Stalker micro.
Yeah, speaking of Blink Stalkers, that looks like exactly what VINES is going for here. Although, okay, yeah, I think it is, yeah. VINES possibly going for Blink, although he has a lot of gas saved up, though, too. This could also be DTs. All right, so we've got a 2nd gate pretty slowly. So if he doesn't put down the 3rd gate, then there's a good chance it's going to be DTs. Yeah, it is. Okay, so there's the DTs.
What did I tell you? Farming Stalkers.
I guess you're right, man. I mean, I bow to your wisdom. Apparently DT's a thing to do now in PvP, yeah.
I guess.
There it is.
All right, well, let's see how this ends up panning out, because MaNa... He has, an expansion on the way. There's certainly going to be no detection as part of that for a while.
Yep, that's right. So, he might, I mean, he still does have plenty of time to throw down a robo and get an observer, actually, because the Dark Shrine takes so long to build, and then you need to warp in DTs and get them there. But, yeah, things looking a little bit rough for MaNa if he doesn't decide to get a robo, and he's not doing it yet. He has enough right now. And he's got a probe in position to make one. There's a robo. Okay, so...
Okay, all right.
This is going to be the only thing that saves him from certain doom, because that Twilight Council, that Dark Shrine, rather, is on the way.
Yeah, almost getting done as well.
Yep.
And we already have a forward pylon down for Vines as well, so those DTs are going to get into his opponent's base very, very quickly.
Oh, man. Are we going to see our second Protoss player killed in PvP by Dark Templar today?
That's very possible, but...
That'd be amazing.
Let's see here. This Robo is only about 25 seconds away. The DTs are coming in, though, so by the time the DTs actually make their way in, it's going to be about another 15 or 20 seconds before the observer is actually able to come up.
He could just potentially kill the Robo, too.
Or
kill the
very
pylon.
well. Oh,
yeah,
my
he's going
God.
right for the Robo. Look at how fast they kill the buildings. There is no way an observer is getting out in time.
Oh!
Force fielding the DTs out. Oh, is he going to do it?
Does he have enough?
Oh,
I don't
man.
know. That was so smart from MaNa, though.
This is so close. This is going to be so close.
All right, well, let's see. The DTs are doing quite a bit of damage. They're
now
going to
they're
try and go
going
after the pylons. They can't get it, though. Oh, no, one
man.
DT can. Oh, he was actually sitting there
the
doing
observer.
damage. The observer just popping out, and it
does
does.
get out. Okay, wow.
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
close. MaNa at least not going to die immediately from this anyway. Man, what a hold by MaNa.
This is ridiculous. Those
Yeah.
force fields were so clutch.
No kidding.
Wow.
MaNa playing really well, saving himself from certain death there.
Yes.
And Blink on the way now for Vines. Very natural progression out of the Dark Templar. Oh, look at that, even force fielding the DT. And you're not going anywhere.
Yep.
We
Bye-bye.
can see you.
Ha-ha! He's going to try and come back and kill a Zealot, but no siree.
Yeah, well, Blink's on the way, so that DT will be right back.
Yeah.
Be like, I return. See me now.
I've returned, etc., etc.
Yep.
All right. Robo coming up for Vines as well, in addition to another gateway. So 4-gate Robo with DTs, of course.
Yeah, he's also expanded as well.
And he's got Blink coming up.
Yep. So Vines in pretty good spot. MaNa not in a bad spot either. In fact, he is a little bit ahead on supply here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. The DTs did some damage, but not the kind of supply-changing damage, you know.
How many probes does he have right now?
Let's see. It's 42 to 30 right now in favor of Vines.
Yeah, so he did lose quite a few. Well, no, he lost 5 workers. He just didn't make a lot of workers.
Yeah.
So he's not too far behind. It's not too bad.
Well, let's see here, though. That supply gap will start to close, though, because of the worker deficit. And we can already see it's down to just 4. As more Stalkers get warped in now. Blink just finishing up at about 5 seconds. First Immortal coming out for MaNa as well. Back on Vine's side of things, just an Observer popping out of that Robo facility.
Yeah, well, we've seen how important it is to have that Observer out on the map, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
That was one misplaced force field away from losing the game, actually.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Pylon getting taken out.
Yes,
and so Twilight Council going down for MaNa. He's going to want to get Blink as fast as he can himself as well. So a lot of times in these cases, the players are kind of watching, you know, okay, are you going to go Colossus? Because if you go Colossus, I kind of need to go Colossus. One of them might decide to push here after a little bit of time.
Yeah, MaNa going to a Twilight Council pretty late for him, though. So, oh boy. And it looks like he's going to have to deal with a big Blink into his base.
Yes,
and there it is. A few more workers are going to go down. He's researching Blink as quick as possible. Workers killed already up to 9. He's picking off a couple of warped-in Stalkers as they make their way in. Take that away now as workers are actually filtering back. Bit risky.
The Cyber Core, very nice decision. Oh, is he going to get it? Nope. Decides to stay safe. Doesn't want to lose any Stalkers at all. So yeah, just getting in, doing some guaranteed damage, and leaving before taking any damage himself.
He lost 14 points of shield damage, and he killed 4 workers and a pylon. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, totally worth it. Even if he would have only killed 1 worker, it doesn't matter if you get everything away and you don't take any damage, you know?
Absolutely.
Pretty great.
He is researching charge as
Blink
well.
Up? He is. Oh, what a small force from MaNa. Oh no, the Immortal's getting targeted down, and that is very well the end of the game right now.
All right, well, we're going to see if MaNa can run back with any forces. He's got a few on the ground there, but the good Blink Micro now out of Vines as he just brings those back one at a time while continuing to devastate the forces on the ground and moves away. Only loses 1 Stalker or 2 Stalkers, I believe, but picks off multiple Immortals and Sentries and Stalkers himself.
Yeah, losing those 2 Immortals is going to really open up MaNa to taking some damage later in the game here. That's everything Vines is doing, is just kind of setting himself up in little ways to make that big final push, and that was a huge part of that right there. He's got to feel great after taking out those 2 Immortals.
And he's also got a 3rd base coming up. He's going to think about blinking back in, but just can't do so. MaNa's preparing for that now, but he has left the front of his base pretty weak. This probe actually making his way back. Does he get away? Oh, no, he does see the Stalkers coming up now, and he's going to lose a couple of probes as a result. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Oh, he actually doesn't kill that probe.
That's kind of funny.
Merciful Vines.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yep.
All right, well, MaNa now is going to have to flex his Blink Micro a little bit because it does have incredible Blink Micro, as a matter of fact, but he's going to have to worry about an opponent who's ahead of him in supply and soon-to-be bases.
Yeah, MaNa's quite good, but Vines has just done a great job. And, okay, now he's going to show his third. MaNa's going to be like, uh-oh, I am a lot farther behind than I thought I was. Because Vines has been doing such a great job of containing MaNa, also not taking really any damage himself, and, you know, constantly just kind of holding MaNa back a little bit, killing some probes here, killing a building or a pylon or two here. Yeah.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming
wow.
through.
It's like, Brother Stalker, we will let you pass.
I suppose.
Oh.
God.
Lucky Stalker.
This too shall pass. And, all right, Blink on Blink. No.
Nope.
Looks like MaNa actually getting the better of that,
stuck.
though. What am I doing up here? And he's just going to try and go to town while this one sits up at the top there. Finally, an observer floating overhead. Or he had vision of the Zelnaga Tower.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
And is able to pick off that Stalker.
It's kind of funny.
And Vines tried to take out that pylon. There's 3 Zealots sitting down there for MaNa at the moment, so he could try to move in and harass that base a bit, which would be pretty nice for him.
Yep, pretty much. And Vines is going to be the one moving into Colossus Tech right now. I don't believe MaNa put down his robotics bay yet.
No,
Wasn't
I don't
watching
believe
the
he did
production
so
queue for a while.
either.
Yeah.
No, he did
Yep.
not.
Not quite yet. Getting a Forge instead, so he's going to be getting his upgrades here. But Vines is going to have a nice little lead on the Colossus production right now.
Yes, he is.
For a while.
And let's go ahead and take a look here.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, our first Colossus is not quite coming up yet. In fact, it was an Immortal for a second. Now it's a Colossus. And if he's able to pick off that Robo, that would be very, very good for him.
Yeah, Vines is like, oh, I remember this. Oops.
Yes.
Okay, so he does have a good force there yet as well.
And looks like
charge. All right.
He's just going to blink back a couple of groups individually. Still has vision of the high ground, but really doesn't kill a lot. Got a couple of workers, but not a whole lot, all things considered. No tech or production.
Yep, could have been a lot worse, definitely.
And, oh, DT's proving that they are still worth way more than early game harassment.
Yep. Man, DTs do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
That is a fact.
An observer down there. And, yeah, he's going to be able to kill. Well, no, okay, just decide not to. He's like, all right, the observer's coming. I know. I'd rather save this DT till later.
And Stalkers and sorry, is there a Colossus with that now?
Nope,
no, just
yet.
Immortals and
That's
Zealots
a
and
lot of Immortals,
Archons.
too.
Oh, my.
That's a lot of Immortals. I really like that Vines has been just so safe with all his units. You know, moving that DT out, I mean, he was like, okay, I have a chance to kill this Nexus, but you might be moving your Observer up. So I just want to make sure I'd rather not lose this unit than, you know, silly, you know, in a silly manner, try to kill the Nexus.
Yeah. And all quiet right now, though, for the most part. MaNa does see that DT now, and it looks like he's finally going to bring some units down to go against that. But that Nexus is still incredibly low in health.
Always gets that DT away just in case, or just in time.
Yeah, I've noticed that, yeah. Let's see here, though, as MaNa's putting up his own Robo Bay, but Vines is already done with 2 Colossi and Thermal Lance.
Mm-hmm. Well, at this point, we've got basically 3 base to 3 base. Pretty cool PvP. I mean, it's neat to see them going into the kind of these later games right now. That Nexus has taken a lot of damage, though. That's something that MaNa's going to need to be very, very careful about protecting as we kind of move into the later stages of the game. He's hunting that DT, and he will find it.
Yes, he will. Find it here in just a second. Will be the end of the DT, but it's certainly done its damage.
Oh, he should.
Yes, he will. I'm positive.
Oh,
I'm betting this.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, get up there. All right. And the DT will fall. Bye-bye, DT. All right. Let's see here now. +1 weapons actually finished up for MaNa. No such upgrades on the way at all for Vines. He's adding in 5 more gates, and he just wants to overwhelm his opponent with a maxed army, but has not invested in any upgrades.
Mm-hmm. That is a big, scary army coming across the map for Vines. I mean, already 2 Colossi. Look at all those Archons as well. Archons, Immortals. This is actually one of the scariest PvP armies I have ever seen. Just the variety of very scary units in it. 5
Immortals, 3 Colossi. 1 actually just finished up as well, so it's actually going to be 4. 7 Archons. Okay, no, actually an 8th morphing in now, in addition to tons of charge lots. Oh, and that's just 1 Colossus up for MaNa now. He does have the upgrade advantage. We'll see if that's enough to swing things back in his favor, but Vines has a really great spread on his army right now, and the Archons are just so strong.
Yes, he does. Those Immortals really worth their weight in gold in the back, too, taking out everything pretty much, but mostly Stalkers so fast. GG, that is it. oGs.VINES, the hero of the day, man. The STC, he was in the game, but he doesn't get to play today because Vines just decided to beat everyone.